You don't have to buy it just because it's on sale. I think a lot of us fall into that trap, myself included, where we'll buy something because it's some or even substantially off of the standard price. I'm posting this in November, but I think it's relevant year round, especially with Amazon doing their Prime Day deals at least quarterly. I'm sure they'd like to do it monthly, but Walmart and Target follow suit. But I'm posting this in November where we have Black Friday sales coming up. So it's been something I've been thinking about, and so hopefully it helps you as well. Just because it's on sale doesn't mean you have to buy it. There's lots of things that you can look at and go, oh, I want that, I want this. And maybe you put them in a wish list or in your cart and save them for later. But you got to really consider, do you actually want it? Do you actually need it? Or are you just buying it because it's on sale? And I think that's a big driver of a lot of consumer spending in some ways, is those sale days where you buy stuff you don't need. And corporations know this. They'll market you stuff. They'll put stuff out there so that you get it. And in some cases, or perhaps even more than some cases, they'll mess with prices so they make you think you're getting a bigger deal than you are. Right? It's something else to be aware of is if it is on sale, make sure you've been looking at the price for a little while. One, as a sign that you're actually interested in picking it up. But two, because those corporations may lower the price, raise the price, based off of nothing, right? A month before they may raise the price $100 and then give you a $100 discount on day of, but 2 months prior it had been the same price as the sale day, right? It's kind of deceptive practice, in my opinion, to do that. But, that is something to be aware of, right? Make sure you're keeping an eye on those things. And as I said, if you are keeping an eye on things like that, you are probably interested in buying that thing. Right? It's not just a spur of the moment whim impulse spending. It's something you've actually considered getting. Right? I tend to cluster most of my shopping around the sales days, mainly because it's a little cheaper. But I tend to plan out what I'm going to buy ahead of time, or I try to. Don't always succeed, but I do try to plan out what I'm going to buy ahead of time so that I already know, like, okay, I want this pair of pants, I want this shirt, I want this replacement, this video game, whatever it may be, that's going to be on sale. I try to plan it out ahead of time so that, one, I'm aware of the pricing, and two, it's something I actually want. If you need to replace things, by all means, wait till there's a sale, right? If you got to buy new pillows, new sheets and quilts, or new clothing, by all means, wait till it's on sale, save yourself some money, especially, around Black Friday where the sale's coming. But if it's something where you're like, oh, I saw the ad for it, and it's, hey, here's this thing for $50 when it's normally $100, 50% off, or 75% off, or 10% off, whatever it may be, right? If you weren't already thinking you needed it, don't let them convince you do, right? I mean, try to do your best to really consider, do you need it? Do you want it? But really try to see yourself using whatever it is. Right? That's a nice trick I found that helps is, can you see yourself using that thing, right? If you go, oh, I like this design, and then it goes and sits in your storage for the next year and you look at it once a year, is it really worth it? Is it at all beneficial to you to buy it? And some stuff is like, okay, I need this thing, right? And so you got to buy it anyway. So just buy it anyway. A good trick for dealing with those sort of sales and impulse purchases is asking yourself if you would buy it at full price. If not, then maybe you don't really want it and it's the sale speaking to you rather than the actual item itself. And the corporations know this, and they're going to push you in all sorts of ways, using all sorts of psychology and tricks and advertising to get you to spend more. So you really do have to be aware and on guard against those sorts of things, right? You don't need to go out and blow all your money in November and then make December terrible. And I know it's coming up on Christmas, and there is, you need to buy Christmas gifts and stuff. And, if you've got kids, they'll probably want stuff and you'll want to get them things. And that's fine. Just do it sensibly. Don't let them take more from you than you have to, right? Don't pay more for things than you need to. Being aware of, what's out there, what you're looking for now is a decent time to start. We're still far enough out, stuff probably hasn't been shifting around, but if you've got something you've had an eye on for a while, you'll probably kind of know the pricing for it. So you could save some money that way, or make sure you're actually getting a sale as opposed to just whatever it may be, which unfortunately means it's a little more work on your part. But I think it's a necessary work, especially these days. If corporations weren't doing that, maybe you wouldn't need to, but they are. So being more aware of what you're doing, where you're spending money is, I think, a necessary thing for all of us, right? Everything's getting more expensive. Fast food's more expensive, even though it's supposed to be dirt cheap. It's not great for you. So a lot of people are moving to other restaurants. Just recently, McDonald's was saying they aren't seeing enough customers and enough income from low income customers, I believe it was. Everyone's kind of cottoned on to the fact that it's not quick, it's not good, and it's not cheap anymore. So a lot of people are making changes to their purchasing choices. And if that's you, well, maybe consider making additional changes during the sale season, right? If corporations don't make the profits they're expecting to from it, they'll make changes to things. Although, given most of their track records, they will probably make the worst possible change, but that is an unfortunate reality about a lot of things. You can at least do what's best for you, and ideally your wallet, by not wasting your money. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully you consider these things, consider what you're buying, how you're going to use it, whether you're going to use it, and whether it's worth spending money on in this coming sale season. And that's all I have for this week. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one.